Give you our Baylor Scott and White Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics health tip for the week. Don't let pain slow you down. We diagnose and treat sports-related injuries and provide orthopedic services for athletes and non-athletes alike. Visit a Baylor Scott and White Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Specialist and move like you used to. Folks, join me in welcoming our guest now for the second half hour of the show tonight. Welcome Joey Scrivano, Baylor women's tennis coach. Thanks for being here.
Well, thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. Always fun to have you here. And the fam. Look at that cheering section.
That's right. That's a good cheering section.
Built-in cheering section.
That's right.
Appreciate y'all, Luca and Nico and Courtney. Thanks for being here with us. We're in the fall. We talked, maybe folks have heard about the ITA Texas regional starting tomorrow, but that's for men here in Waco. Yes. Y'all had your regional recently up at TCU, didn't you?
That's right. Yeah, we competed in Fort Worth, and it was a great tournament for the team. Ultimately, we didn't have someone qualify yet for the NCAAs, but we had some really strong showings. You know, Luba Kostenko made the quarterfinals, and we had 3 players in the round of 16.
Wow.
So it was pretty strong showing as a team.
Good. And there are other opportunities coming up, right, to qualify?
Yeah, there's going to be sectionals and masters events a little bit later in the fall, so that's what we're kind of setting our sights on now. Good.
When and where are those? I mean, they got to be coming up pretty quick, right?
Yeah, they're right around the corner. So the sectional event that we're going to participate in is in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Very good. And then this is I was saying earlier today, Waco and Baylor is sort of the epicenter for college tennis this year with all the huge events, NCAA and Big 12, that we're hosting here in Waco.
Oh yeah, Waco's the home of college tennis this year.
Yeah.
And you know, we've had a history of hosting really big events and obviously having a lot of success with both men's and women's programs. So, you know, great tennis in Waco is kind of norm now.
Yeah.
You know, so it's exciting.
Was it 2015 we hosted the NCAAs, the outdoors?
That's right. That was the last time we hosted it.
And that was really fun. And what do you think we learned from that? Yeah. That we didn't learn, don't host this again, because we are, in fact, kind of expanding on it with the singles and doubles separate from the team.
That's right, yeah. Well, I think what we learned was it was just a great opportunity for the community to be a part of big-time college tennis. You know, that's a very special event. There's only been a handful of institutions that have ever hosted it. So for Baylor and Waco to host an event of that magnitude and then get it back again, that speaks volumes about, you know, our community and the Baylor staff that really do the work behind the scenes. I mean, quite honestly, I do nothing with the event other than, you know, I'm trying like crazy to get a team to play in it.
Right, so, sure.
So I'm just so thankful for all the people at Baylor that do all the hard stuff behind the scenes. You know, the administrators, the staff. You know, it's a big lift on our facilities people, and they just do a tremendous job. And then the community supported it to a level that the NCAA gave us the event again. So I think it's going to be even better this time around. You know, Baylor's only improving. Waco has grown so much. I think that the student athletes and the coaches will really love having it in Waco again.
Good. You mentioned it's a big lift for our staff and facilities people, everyone at Baylor. It's huge. I mean, to think about, this is coming up beginning November 19th, and there's a lot of other things going on. We have football games in there and other events going on, and then a national event that we're hosting. But we got some really good people, don't we, that are so good at their job.
Yeah, we have the best staff, you know, and they do the job of 2 or 3 people.
Right.
So we're just so thankful for all the hard work that they put in, and you know, and that they see the value and going the extra mile to make sure that an event like this goes smoothly and that we can host these type of events in the future. So I know it's going to be a great event again this year, and like I said, my job is to try to get a team there.
Yeah.
So,
and that says a lot that you don't have to worry about the hosting responsibilities. You know, you can coach your team.
Yeah, I'm over the moon that there are administrators and others that just take that on and let me coach.
Right, very good. Some upgrades to the facility,
Yes.
like courts have been resurfaced, new
Right.
video boards going in. I saw
Yes.
that today.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's been amazing, and it needed to happen. We had some issues with our outdoor facility with some moisture issues with the courts, and that tends to happen to tennis courts. I know other institutions are dealing with the same thing, but it seems to be that we went the extra mile to get it right, and hopefully it'll be fixed for a long time. And then the scoreboard that's going to be huge, because to host an event like this, you got to have a great scoreboard, and just to host college tennis matches, you got to have that. But we've also improved our locker room. That's something that happened this year. We had some donors step up and help us with that, and the Schenkel family were Blair Schenkel, who played here, and her parents, who are big supporters of the program. We named the facility after Betty Bryant, who was just a great supporter of our program for many years. I know you know Betty.
Yes.
And, so we're excited about that too. It's a great locker room. It's made it better for our student athletes, and we're thankful for it.
Boy, that's terrific. That's something that folks may not realize the impact that has, on your current student athletes,
Yes.
and maybe in recruiting, future student
Yes.
athletes.
Yeah, for sure. The student athletes spend a lot of time in locker room, so you want them to be comfortable there and feel like it's home, and and we did that. I think we executed this really well. It's been in the works for a while, and we had a vision for the layout and how it would be functional for the athletes, and I think we did a great job.
And Betty Bryant was so great to name that after her.
Yes.
She was a tennis player during her days at Baylor, wasn't she?
She played tennis at Baylor, and she loved to play the game. She was playing up until in her 80s.
Yes.
So she was an avid tennis player, and came to every tennis match.
Yeah.
Great supporter. We miss her. But it's great to go to the locker room and see her name there every day.
Yeah, that's great. Great legacy with Betty Bryant. Tell us about this year's team, the makeup of this team, your three newcomers, three freshman newcomers, and some transfers that are significant players for you.
Yeah, we love the makeup of the team. They're a really strong, cohesive group. Our returners, Brooke Thompson and Luba Kostenko and Zuza Kubaka and Lauren Littell, and I'm sure I'm missing something, Sierra Berry. They're really the backbone, the core of the team. But to your point, we had a great recruiting off season. It was a real team effort, though. Anytime you get a great class, it takes the coaches to get out there, but then the players have to really help you close the deal. So it was a team effort, and we love the makeup of this team.
Very good. Your three freshmen, two are from China and one's from Japan, right?
Just around the corner.
Yeah.
So we have Na Dong from Shenzhen, China, and actually I went over to see her. I went over one time. I went to China a few times, but went over to China to see her. We were in a real recruiting battle with some other Big 12 institutions, and that was fun to win that recruiting battle. So she's been a great addition. She's all in. She's all about her academics and her tennis. So it's exciting to have her. And then we have Wenfei Yu from Beijing. Also made another trip to see her. And Wenfei was a player that we were debating if her level was where it needed to be, but to her credit, she just made continual progress throughout the recruiting process. Mm-hmm. And by the beginning of the summer, we thought, wow, she's come a long way, and we got to offer her. So she's been a pleasant surprise because we weren't sure initially if that was going to work out. And then Nanaka Sato from Japan, was the U.S. Open doubles junior finalist. She was a whisker away from being a U.S. Open champion.
Wow.
But funny part enough is she can't make our doubles lineup right now. So, but anyway, she's a great kid, and all of them, we're really excited to have the three. And then we recruited Kennedy Gibbs from Purdue, but she's from Houston. She's so happy to be back in Texas, and obviously very familiar with Baylor and our program. So we're excited to have her. She's had some really good results this summer and this fall. And then Christina Tiglia was our final recruit, who was a transfer from Texas Tech. Mm-hmm. And she's a fellow Italian, so we love to talk about food, and she's getting my Italian back on track again.
Nice.
So it's fun to have her. She's a great player.
Nice. Scrivano and Tiglia.
Yeah,
that's great. That's perfect.
A lot of tiramisu and cannolis. So
very good.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you this: the Baylor Athletics Hall of Fame induction banquet is coming up on November 1st. There's one of women's tennis's all-time greats that's going in, Nina Cesar-Begovic. Did I say it correctly?
Oh, you nailed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Nina, we talked to her, did an interview with her a week or so ago. She's in Bosnia, back in Bosnia. But, man, what a great selection to put her in the Hall of Fame.
Boy. Her record is remarkable.
Yeah.
You know, it's staggering. You know, she's just what an impact she made on our program during her 4 years. And she was, oddly enough, you know, she showed up on campus in January of, I forget what year it is, but she showed up mid-year, and I remember she had a foot injury, so she had a bunch of screws in one of her metatarsals.
Ugh.
And Alex Olson, you know Alex, he was our trainer, and so we went through the whole physical process, and they got her X-rays on the metatarsal because she let us know. She disclosed that was an injury. So she hasn't even hit a ball yet. So Alex comes to the office and says, "Joey, you got to see this X-ray. I mean, it's not good."
Really?
And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, we just recruited this player. We need her to, we really need her to play." And he shows me. I'm like, "What's that?" He goes, "That's the screws in her metatarsal." Yeah. Anyway. So I'm ready to be like, "Hey, Nina, can you even play? I mean, should you go back home? I mean, what's going on?" So I'm kind of, I'm freaking out a little bit. My assistant coach, I call my assistant coach in. I show her the X-ray. She goes, and Nina just started practicing at this point. I didn't make it out to practice, so she got to see Nina play. And I said, "I don't know what to do." And she goes, "Before you do anything, go outside and watch Nina play."
Really?
So I go outside. I watch her hit a few balls. I go back in, "Alex, don't worry about it. We'll be okay."
Wow.
That's because when she was hitting, she hit the ball so clean. I was like, she's not going to be running that much.
Wow.
Yeah, because you could hear the ball coming off her racket. And great players, you can hear them play.
Yeah.
And I was, I'm so thankful my assistant was like, "Hey, go check
Go
this
watch
out
her."
before you say anything.
How about that?
Yeah,
that's a great story.
And then about 120 wins later.
Yes.
Yeah, what an amazing career, and such a strong academic student as well. I mean, I think she learned Japanese during her four years here, so she's remarkable. She's amazing.
That's great. Great selection for the Hall of Fame. And she's so appreciative. She speaks just so highly of her experience at Baylor.
Yeah. I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, that's
because,
good.
It's especially during her time, they achieved so much, but they pushed, that team really pushed themselves, and they allowed me to really coach them, and you hope that when time passes that they see, there's a lot of benefit to that. And obviously she feels great about her time here, and we love it.
She'll be here for the banquet, for the induction banquet coming from Bosnia on November 1st. Back live from Rudy's with Coach Joey Scrivano, Baylor women's tennis coach on the Baylor Coaches Show. What are y'all doing back there, Nico, Luca? What are y'all doing? Are you drawing stuff? Okay, good. We'd like to see those, please. They're doing some work back there. Maybe it's homework.
Yeah.
But we've got questions from the audience for you, Coach Scrivano. First from John Jackson. John asked, this is a good question, what part of a student-athlete's game is the most difficult to improve, net play or the service game?
can always count on John.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
John, are you a tennis guy? Okay,
Used to be.
Yeah. Gotcha.
That's a great question. Gosh, it's all hard. Definitely the net, I would say, because you're just changing their identity. Most women's tennis players want to play kind of east and west. They just want to move across the baseline. They don't really want to step into the baseline. But actually, all the percentages, all the tennis math, it benefits you to get forward and to get from service line in. So that is a really big change for them. And but it ties into the serve, because the better you serve, the more you can get inside the court. So all these things are connected, but ultimately, the biggest challenge is just getting them to believe that if they can improve their mechanics and their technique, and then the strategy will start to take care of itself. A lot of times they want to fix the strategy first, and it's like there's no strategy if you don't have any strokes. So it's all challenging, but thanks for the question.
Very good, John. Very good. And my mistake, I didn't leave enough time for questions. We've got one more that we're going to get to, and then get to the final break.
Okay.
It's from Steve Van Wagner, more of a comment than a question.
Oh, boy.
Congratulations on being a Baylor graduate this spring, your master's degree. Congratulations to you. That's a lot of hard work, man.
It's a team effort. Courtney was a part of that, and some tutors, and I had a lot of help to get that degree, and I'm beyond thankful to be a Baylor grad. I felt like, working at Baylor all these years, that if I ever got the opportunity, I should try to be also a student at Baylor. So really thankful for it.
Nice. Congratulations. Really proud for you for that. So
Yes,
thanks. That's a good way to wrap things up with Joey Scrivano, Baylor women's tennis coach. Fun to see. Good luck tomorrow night. Good luck the rest of the season. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.